Well, last time we covered a very bad movie claiming to be the worst one ever. That was Leo the Lion. That one was pretty bad, but here we have another one. What the hell is Joshua and the Promised Land? The worst animated movie ever. So we have another movie. It might be the worst movie ever. But, I mean, I'm looking at this right here, right? And I'm not exactly, what's the word, I'm questioning several things. Why? What is this? Who made this? Why does this look like this way? What's happening? Am I in a fever dream? What the hell is this? Oh my god. What is this? I'm scared to press play. But before we even do that, YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell and notification, and, like and subscribe. It helps out very much, it really does. Since I do upload 2 videos daily, so, besides that though, don't forget to follow me on Twitch, because I do these all live, and, if you want to stop by and say hi, stop by. Besides that though, I think it's time to put the big boy pants on and get into this. See what this is. What was that?
So, a few weeks ago, I reviewed a movie called Leo the Lion.
Oh, he said this after Leo the Lion. Oh wow, this is gonna be horrible.
And it was the worst film on Netflix, and possibly one of the worst films ever made.
I'm a vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian.
I was reading through my comments, and somebody said, "It's not as bad as Joshua and the Promised Land," to which I was like, sure, man.
Oh,
as
no.
if there could be a movie that's worse than Leo the Lion.
There was. What is this? What's happening?
Hi, Dad.
God, it's so
Pick up your
cursed.
stuff, Joshua.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It is so much worse.
Is
In
it?
my Leo the Lion video, I criticize it on 5 things: animation, story, dialogue, editing, and voice acting. And
Okay.
yet, Joshua and the Promised Land just completely obliterates Leo the Lion in every category. Well, except for one, but just barely. And that's on a technicality. Guys, I truly believe this is the worst animated film ever made, and I will show you why.
No.
Oh my god!
Animation.
What was that face?
What's there to say? It is disgusting. Like, the worst part about this movie. The characters look terrible, with their naked bodies and uncanny valley faces.
Why
The
you have
voices
that
of the
chin,
characters
though?
don't even sync up. And to top it all off, the movement. Time and time again, I saw these characters glitch through their bodies, or move in a way that shouldn't be possible. Body parts freaking out because the character model is having a meltdown.
Oh no. He's
Voice
a little
acting.
fat, bro. Come on now.
I never thought I would look back on Leo the Lion as a positive. In hindsight, the voice acting in that film is superior. In this movie, it's just some kid and a few adults who have obviously never voice acted before.
Who am I talking to here? Myself?
I understand.
I didn't hear you.
I said I understand.
Editing. It's
Oh,
the sound
God.
mixing. I mean, it's so
The
bad.
mics are so bad.
There are moments where I can't hear the characters talk. I mean,
Really?
I don't really want to hear them talk, but if you can't even hear them speak, then I'm gonna miss out on what's going on.
Moses said God promised the land to our ancestor Abraham, and that we have to scout it out now so we can plan our invasion.
Dialogue.
I'm hungry. Would you mind fetching a quail so we can eat?
No problem, Your Eminence.
You can call me Moses, Joshua.
yes, sir, Moses.
Oh, there it is.
That's
Story. Okay, so this one's
I'm
weird.
confused. You know what? I can't even say anything. We're just gonna go on. This is just so special. This is beautiful in a way. It's so bad.
Because the premise comes from the Bible, and the Bible has some pretty interesting stories.
Sure,
The Prince
yeah.
of Egypt is an incredible movie,
Yeah, it
and
is.
is one of my favorite films ever.
You've chosen the wrong messenger. How can I even speak to these people?
Who made man's mouth? Who made the deaf, the mute, the seeing, or the blind? Did not I? Now go!
God, the soundtrack in this movie is so good.
Moses, I shall be with you when you go to the king of Egypt.
And on the other hand, you got this.
Moses, this is what you are to say to the people of Israel. You have seen what I did to Egypt.
Wait, I got another one. The Prince of Egypt?
Yes.
And Joshua in the Promised Land.
Oh no! That's a wall of fire! That's horrible.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is that the Bible has plenty of interesting stories, and the book of Joshua is no exception. Yet, this movie does the impossible and ruins this story. It feels disjointed, and all of these other factors, like the animation and voice acting, do not help the story in the slightest.
Damn. Oh my god, that looks so bad. Oh Lord, by God, that looks horrible.
Alright, so I did some research and tried to find out about the origin of this film.
Okay.
What I discovered was, interesting.
What
Jim
is
Lyne
it?
is the guy who's responsible for all of this.
Okay.
It took this fella 4 years to make this film. He directed it, he produced it, and he animated it. And the final product came out in 2004. Now, I can already see that some of you might say, come on, Saber. It took this guy 4 years to make this all by himself. Lay off. Well, I don't feel that way. What if I took 10 years to make a sculpture and the final product looked like this? Do I get a free pass? No, you shouldn't. If it looks like garbage, guess what? It looks like garbage, no
Yeah.
matter how it was done.
Yeah, that's fair.
animation is not easy, but this guy still sunk all of his time and effort making a film that does not look good. And I don't know what his angle was. To make money, to get popular, to praise God, to show off? Seriously, I have no idea. But the final product looks like absolute trash. I looked at his filmography to see what he's worked on in the past, and there's not much. He worked on The Summoned in 1992, which there's like nothing about, Joshua and the Promised Land in 2004, and then something called Gorgeous Nights in 2011, where he worked on that film as an animator. Luckily, I was able to find this film on YouTube. It is, it's pretty bad.
Oh. Wow.
Files have been deleted. Agent Brody hides within a 3-mile radius, engaging hostiles. Video incoming.
No way. This is not part of...
You would think after 11 years,
Wow.
Jim Lyne would be a better animator. Nope, he still sucks.
Good night, sweetheart. Nice dose.
Okay.
Also-
Okay. That made me uncomfortable. What is this?
So the credit sequence from this film does not make any sense. Are they playing tic-tac-toe? Bingo? Whose name is for what picture?
Plot to assassinate her orchestrated by the world's most powerful, violent, vicious human traffickers.
Okay, so let's get back to Joshua and the Promised Land. Ah, I see a review here on dove.org. Joshua and the Promised Land comes as a heartwarming tale for the whole family, and the tradition of C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Huh? No, what the fuck are you? I'm not.
This movie literally shares nothing in common with those films, whether it be Narnia or Lord of the Rings. Nothing. And I'm actually quite insulted that they would say that to begin with. Oh, but here's the best part of all.
Okay.
The computer-generated animation took over 4 years to complete, and it shows. What? What do you mean it shows? If anything, it shows how much of a waste of time it was. My friend.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. This is just bad.
And Tommy Oliver makes better models on his own, and it does not take him 4 years. All right, let's just try and stomach this movie.
No.
I can't get over this.
So we start off with this magnificent company
shit, oh
logo.
my God.
And oh my God. It's just so beautiful. They should have sent a poet. And here comes the intro credits with music that reminds me of old school Doom. And boom.
You know what? It kind of reminds me of on the SNES, the Jurassic Park game, while you're going through the corridors, and then you have to open the doors. The background music for that, it reminds me of that.
There he is, the narrator. And the guy looks like Piglet if he survived a nuclear holocaust. Oh, and check out that wonderful background.
My God.
Reminds me of my grandmother's house.
The Bible tells the story of a young man named Joshua who was strong and full of courage.
Within 5 seconds, I knew I signed my soul away as naked Joshua skips throughout the house. And for some reason, Jim Lyon thought it would be smart to put scenes that are in the movie later on the wall in the house as pictures and portraits. We are then introduced to Joshua's dad, who comes across as a mean drunk.
I thought you said you were...
Oh, okay, all right. I think Jim Lyon is trying to sell a website for like 3K, really.
cleaning out the den today.
Well, honey, I'm sorry. I've got other things I've got to do.
Right, like tinkering around with that car again.
Hey, come on. This is my day off. This is what I'm gonna do. This is my day off. This is what I'm gonna do.
Like, seriously, I thought he was gonna beat his wife.
Well, if you would just stop spending so much time on that car of yours, I wouldn't get so upset.
Oh?
So poor Joshua goes up to his room to sleep, I guess. But we are once again visited by the narrator.
As you can see, Joshua feels kind of lost in the shuffle, and he doesn't know where to turn.
The narrator overall is completely useless and should not be in the movie. But what's even weirder is the next character.
Who are you?
Some people call me the best friend, but my real name is Christopher Andrew Eugene Bazioni, at your service.
I think if I saw that, I'd run away. You know, there's an incorporeal being in front of me, and I run. I smack it. If my hand goes through it, that's even more reason to just run and turn around. You know, I'm balting. I'm sorry. I'm not associated with this. Goodbye.
But it's okay if you don't like it. Just call me Chris.
So this is Joshua's guardian angel or something. Though he looks like a reject Five Nights at Freddy's character who got caught in static limbo. Something I mentioned before, but want to bring up again, is how the character's model will clip through itself, especially while they're trying to sit down. You can typically see it in their lower abdomen and armpits. So the angel wants to take Joshua on a little trip.
I don't know. My mom will get mad if I'm late for dinner.
Hey, I promise that I will have you back in time for dinner.
I don't know.
Come on. You trust me, don't you?
No.
You trust the guy who sent me, don't you?
No,
Dude,
who sent you?
I literally have no idea who you are affiliated with, but it's too late. Despite Joshua's concerns about being late to dinner, the angel grabs him by the arm and takes off, which looks kind of painful.
It looks horrifying. Imagine her mom walks in and watches some ghost entity pull his her son away through the ceiling. It's like it's traumatizing. I could only imagine it. You know? My baby! You can't even call the cops. They won't believe you.
Like, the arm comes out of the socket.
Just make sure you don't let go of my hand.
Oh!
So they are soaring
God.
through this green sky and then warp into the past, which, for some reason, they use the sound effect from 3D Pinball Space Cadet.
Well, hang on.
Yep. That
They
sounds the
arrive
same.
in ancient Egypt, and we are told that Moses and the Jews are on the run. Also, we get this wonderful bit of animation where Joshua somehow rotates around the pyramid. This movie is full of this stuff, though. You'll see characters clipping. So that's the pharaoh
so
who is
bad.
some kind of cat thing, despite having humans in the art behind him, but he's too busy dealing with the Jews to care. So he hops on his horse and gets major whiplash. We then see the presence of God. Now, Joshua is told that the flame is deadly, and that he could die if he gets too close to it. But for some reason, he's like, I want to get closer.
That's the presence of God there protecting the Hebrews. No man can touch it and live.
Come on!
I mean, hey, maybe he wants to die. After watching
I just got taken into another time period. Why don't I jump into it? No self-preservation.
this movie, I want to die too. All right, so we arrive at the Jews, and the guardian angel says something that's, kind of rapey.
Listen, Joshua. Sometimes a no means maybe, I'll grant you that. But when it comes from God, a no means no. Capiche?
Capiche? You're associating Italian Americans to intimidation tactics?
Also, the background is blurred. Maybe they're trying to create perspective, but to me, all it does is make it look like they're very small. Ah, and there's Moses. You could tell because he's a monkey with a
He got the chin of a Chad, I'll tell you that right now. Man. Oh, look at that chin. It's so beautiful. Oh my God.
ballsack chin. There's also this wind sound effect,
Thanos
but it
looking
looks like
chin.
Moses is the one doing it because he's opening up his mouth. Now, in order for Joshua to continue on this journey, he's got to change his appearance, which obviously requires him to possess a person.
Just hold your breath a second. This isn't gonna hurt.
What is it?
Whoa. He's lost his life. That person right there, that person, he's gonna have a blank in his memory. Or more else, he's gonna be seeing all of this happen, and he will be able to tell nobody about the horrors of being possessed and seeing your own body move and say things that you not think or are saying. Or we are just altering history here, which wouldn't that break some kind of law? Huh? There is so many plausibilities we're just breaking here for this movie, you know? You know?
Are you in any pain?
Yes, constantly. With that, Joshua skips into action and heads across the Red Sea. So the Egyptians arrive and charge across to kill the Jews. But the presence of God has other plans, as the fire effect lazily goes across the screen. Seriously, the Prince of Egypt has nothing on this scene.
Ah. Yeah. Peak. It's just peak.
So begins the 40 years in the desert, as Moses tries to keep the Jews happy.
So they're all really hungry and irritable. It's the middle of the desert, so it's not like they can go find the nearest restaurant. Since Moses is their leader, he's the one that had to ask God to feed the people.
What in the hell is happening to this poor bird's leg?
They are breaking into themselves. They are in suffering and in pain. They are they are begging for the sweet release of death.
Like, look at it. It's freaking out. And why does it look like a pickle when it's cooked?
I'm hungry. Would you mind fetching a quail so we can eat?
Didn't they just cook one?
No problem, Your Eminence.
You can call me Moses, Joshua.
Yes, sir, Moses.
Yes, sir, Moses.
Joshua, I want you to pitch your tent next to mine from now on.
Good night, everybody.
Now it's time for a glorious battle scene.
Okay.
And who better to lead the forces of God than an 8-year-old boy with 0 combat experience? Also, why is the theme from Terminator in this movie?
Oh my god.
All right, everybody. Let's beat these guys.
So inspiring. Could you imagine if Aragorn said the same thing during the Black Gate?
All right, everybody. Let's beat these guys.
Yes,
Dude,
let's
Battle
do
of the
it.
Bastards wish it looked this good. Also, I swear, I hear the of SpongeBob in the background.
I mean, listen. It does sound like it.
So it took me a couple times of watching this movie, but this guy throws a spear and hits Joshua. Like, he got hit instantly. And here's a highlight reel of some of my favorite moments during this battle.
Why has he got a hammer? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Don't mess with him. Oh, you crazy with it?
Just a reminder, this guy is actually 8 years old, and there he is, killing people. But after a hard-fought battle, the day is won, as the bad guys skip off and retreat. We then hear a victory cry that goes from hooray to hooray! So God shows up the next day, and Moses and Joshua go up into the mountain to get the 10 Commandments. When they get back, though, they discover that the Jews are worshiping some golden calf, and Moses freaks out.
There's a sound of war in the camp.
No, Joshua. It is not the sound of victory or of defeat that I hear. It is the sound of singing. No!
Oh my god, that's actually kind of scary. Look at the face.
No!
Yes!
Moses then punished the Jews by making them break down the cow, pour the powder into some water, and then told them to drink it.
Finally, he made all the people who broke the law drink the water. Yuck.
Okay, that one might be on you, Bible. Moses then goes up to the mountain, and a lightsaber cuts out. I'm so sorry, this is so stupid.
Let me see.
I kid you not. I can't say this without laughing.
Okay.
Moses goes up to the mountain, and a lightsaber shoots out of the sky. And you can actually hear the lightsaber sound effect as it carves out the 10 Commandments.
Let's see.
It's just fantastic.
Oh my god, no. This is so bad. Oh my god. This is great. I love this. This is amazing. Peak, absolutely peak storytelling. You can't see this, but I'm doing the pose. I have my arms on my sides. pointing to the sky. Absolute peak storytelling right here. Peak editing.
So the Jews finally arrive to the promised land. But spoiler alert, there's a bunch of bad guys there. So Joshua is sent as a spy to go see what's going on. It's pretty fantastic because Joshua is one of the best spies ever. I mean, most spies hide or go in disguise. But no, not Joshua. He just walks right in to Jericho. You could see it right there. It's on the sign there, Jericho, in case you were confused. But to be fair, the people from Jericho are just as dumb. I mean, this is a race of red horned bulls or something. And here you got this lion walking around. Never seen him before. Nah, he's cool. Don't worry about it. Let's get back to sacrificing this baby.
I was about to say, there's
worry about it.
There's a bull. And then there's a bull right here. I am is this just why is there an animal bull and then a human shaped bull? It feels like there's some what's the hierarchy here? We looking at some weird what's the word? This is so messed up. Some of their kinds didn't evolve. So they rule them just like the humans would. What is this? This is so messed up.
Let's get back to sacrificing this baby.
Right, let's get back to that.
So Joshua gets back and has a chat with the angel. He tells the angel that Jericho is a pretty bad place and does things like adultery.
They murder, they steal, they commit adultery.
What's that?
Never mind that.
Oh yeah, don't talk about sex. But please, by all means,
talk
go
about
back
murder.
to killing people. Joshua and his friend Caleb tell Moses that the land is dangerous, but that they can take it because God's on their side. But the other Jews disagree and start to stone them.
Stone him! Stone him! Stone him! Stone him!
Right in the face.
Our
Wow.
wives and children will be taken as plunder.
We should choose a leader and go back to Egypt!
The land we explored is very good.
Please go to your tents.
Stone him!
I will ask God for guidance.
Stone him! Stone him! Stone him!
We should choose a leader and go back to Egypt!
They use that voice recording twice. God tells Moses that he and the Jews screwed up, and that those who are over 20 cannot go into the promised land. So that left Joshua in charge, and he and the rest of the Jews went to Jericho to go take the city. So the narrator enters the movie and talks to Joshua.
Oh my god, the narrator is the ghost. I don't know why it took me that long to understand that right there with that subtle movement in. Why do you have a sword and shield though? You're an angel. You can't be in here. You're breaking canon. You're breaking the Bible canon. Come on.
Are you for us or for our enemies?
Neither, but as commander of the army of the Lord, I have now come.
What message does my lord have for his servant?
The place where you are standing is holy.
The plan is for the Jews to loudly go around the city blowing on basically trumpets
Yeah.
and do that for about, I think it was 12 days. But the Red Bulls see them and sound their vuvuzela alarms and prepare for battle as fast as they can. But the battle never happens, and instead, the king gets his royal lazy boy and watches the Jews from his castle.
It appears to be a ritual to bolster the confidence of their troops, Your Highness.
What is his accent?
What's with the guy and saying S? Yes, sire, sir, sizzlers. After marching around the city, the Jews finally stop, and the enemy laughs at them, and the clipping of the sound go off the chart.
So much for that fearsome god of theirs.
It's just so bad. I can't keep making fun of it. It's like a reused joke. What was? I can't. We're just gonna press play. I can't, bro. I can't.
And then the craziest part of this movie happens.
Oh? I don't. Okay. All right. Good Overwatch sound effect, but I don't remember this being part of the canon lore for the Bible. You know, I don't remember that. What's happening? This is. Oh my God! This. What is, huh?
So I went to a Christian private school when I was a kid.
Same.
So I know a couple of things about the Bible.
Sure.
That being said,
Same.
I have no idea what this red thing is. It's just some floating red fiery lion head, and it follows Joshua home. So Joshua finally returns home. And by the way, guys, check out this poster behind him.
Hey,
seriously,
yo.
it's freaking rad. I mean, a lion on a skateboard. All right, so it's time for Joshua to say goodbye to his angel. And so we see one of the most awkward hugs in cinematic history.
You'll get over it.
Freak.
Anyway,
Yeah,
you're late for
freaky.
dinner, which was not my fault. So I've got to go.
I mean, it's not my fault that you're 40 years late to dinner, but the devil lion head thing
40
comes back
years?
for revenge. And Joshua and him
40 years? What do you mean?
have a sword fight. A sword fight that is completely useless. The lion head just flies into the wall and dies, and then turns into a Snickers bar.
What do you mean? Oh my god.
You see Joshua's parents?
He's not lying. It did turn into a chocolate bar. It did. It did. I thought he was joking, but that does look like it a little too well. I'm not gonna lie.
Fighting at the dinner table, but Joshua sits down to enjoy his, might I add, delicious meal,
Oh,
and
it looks
smiles
so
at his
protein
parents,
packed.
which makes them all nice for some reason.
I'm sorry I yelled at you, honey.
It's okay. I forgive you.
He's taking the power of God and the angels. He's controlling his family now.
Okay, I forgive you.
I'll try to spend some more time with you. With both of you.
Wait, they can roar? Ah!
So this movie was just terrible.
Yeah,
it
it
strikes
is.
out in nearly every category. As I
Yep.
showed you, the animation is atrocious, with horrible designs and movement that constantly clips through itself. The voice acting is trash. Unlike Leo the Lion, where the voice actors were just poorly directed, here, the voice actors are just bad.
No problem, Your Eminence.
No talent whatsoever. The dialogue?
Hi, Dad.
Pick up your stuff, Joshua.
Need I say more? The story is the only saving grace for this movie, and that's because it comes from the Bible. Leo the Lion had a worse story, but at least it was original. Here, they borrowed from a source, and they practically crapped all over it.
Yeah.
In the Bible, it says that God freed the Jews from slavery, but the Pharaoh didn't want to let them go. He's out there in the desert right now planning to recapture the slaves. Not a good idea.
No!
Overall, this movie makes Leo the Lion look like an award-winning film. There might be some worse films out there, but as far as I'm concerned, this one is the absolute worst. Do not watch it.
I'm not.
Aha. Ritual sacrifice.
Hey, what do you mean? Hey, yo? What do you mean, aha? Ritual sacrifice. What are you implying?
Calling the bear Jew over. He's
It's
gonna
about
take that big bad
bam.
axe, and he's gonna beat your ass to death with it.
I feel like I just gave away 5 years of my life, and then sold my soul to the creator of this movie by watching. I feel like I fulfilled some kind of like sacrifice necessary for this for watching this, you know. I just, oh god. All right, well, this exists. I am now burdened with this information, and I can never go back, unfortunately. I can never be the person I was 30 minutes ago, unfortunately. I'm just gonna be cursed with knowledge. And you are too now. Congratulations. We're both suffering. Let's go. I don't have to be alone here. Anyways, honestly, YouTube, it's best I just move on from this. Act like it never happened. I'll just act like I never watched this. And Leo the Lion. I'll act like I am happier knowing that Leo and the Lion exists than I am happy learning about this. You know? It's just, yeah. Anyways, YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed. You can't. Hope you guys survived. Hope you guys survived. And that's gonna be all for me, YouTube. Bye bye.